Well, sometimes, you get lucky when you pick up a fish at a local fish store. I got lucky with a sulfurhead, and I picked them up over at a local fish store, Glendale Tropical, and got a real bargain on them. I think they had a sale going on, and it was like 3 for $15 or something like that. And I picked 2 of them. I picked an OB and a red shoulder. And the guy that worked there said, "Hey, instead of paying like $7 each, why don't you get a third one, and you can have them just for, you get 3 for $15." So I went ahead and picked one that looked like it was starting to show a little bit of orange or yellow on the forehead. It was a little bit drab at first. Didn't really have really high hopes for him, and then suddenly he just started coloring up. So let's take a look at the store. I'll show you where I got him at. Glendale's kind of a funny place. We have like hundreds of thousands of people here in Glendale, California, but I think this is the last local fish store that's left standing. We've got a couple big box stores, like your PetSmart, but I think this is the last privately owned local fish store. So I like to give them a little support when I can. So here we are, Glendale Tropical Fish. You can see this is definitely not a big box store. It's pretty cramped in there. He's got a lot of tanks and limited space. You definitely don't want to be inside this store during a big earthquake. You'll see what I mean in a second. Usually he has some cichlids in these tanks. These are some of the choices here. Nice little dolphins down here. And I got some on sale. They're usually back here. You see these like 2 for $5, 2 for $10. Nice little Taiwan reefs down here for $19.99. Not bad. So this is the tank where I got my deal. You can see it's pretty tight in here. It's got some tanks for sale. Good big fish. Big King Kong parrots. And some community fish on this side. A few trophies in here. This might be the cousin of the red shoulder. Albino electric yellows. Kind of cool with that red eye and the yellow. I really like Jack Dempsey's. Some Oratus. Run for your life. Albino compressiceps, pretty nice. Just got some ben.o.cichlid up here for $7. favorite tank in the place. So if you're ever in Glendale, stop by and give these guys a little love, a little support. They've got a great little privately owned standalone store here with a good selection. Every time I come in, there's something different. So it's sort of like roll the dice, but usually there's something choice you can pick up at a good price. And there are lots. I had posted a video where I was renaming my red cap. I changed his name to Photoshop, and then I posted the video. And someone asked, "Hey, what's this fish right here?" And I started thinking, and I said, this guy has really blossomed, and so it's not just Photoshop's tank anymore. He's not the lone star here. This guy has developed a nice blaze on his forehead, which was not there at all before. Great blue and green in the cheeks, wonderful egg spots, and as far as just as far as a sulfurhead, and I'm not sure if he's completely 100% purebred, because when you buy from a little local shop like that, that's probably picking up its fish from local breeders. You're not really sure if you're getting a purebred, an F2, F1. Of course, this red shoulder was one of the fish I picked up there as well, and you can see he's really come along. He's looked good from the very beginning. He was one of the fish I picked and went in there to get, and along with the OB. I wanted to have an OB that had a little bit of red in the body, and that sulfurhead was just sort of, well, let's just throw it in so we have a third fish, and we can take advantage of the sale. The OB is starting to show a little bit of blue in the face. As you can see, red has sort of disappeared, and he's turning into kind of black and white with just a little bit of blue in the cheeks. He's showing some potential, but to the degree that the sulfurhead has become spectacular, the OB has sort of become a little bit unspectacular, and but that's okay. He's still a cool fish. Of course, the Jalo reef and the red cap continue to be sort of the stars of the tank, but I'll tell you, that red shoulder and this guy here, this sulfurhead, are taking a lot of the spotlight away from him, because they are truly becoming great examples of just how what kind of a pop and how brilliant a peacock cichlid can be. Not to take away from that red cap, he's a spectacular fish. I hope one of the females in the tank is actually holding right now, so I might have some red cap fry. We'll see how that goes. But at any rate, I thought I would go ahead and take the focus off of this, off of Photoshop, my Lethrinops red cap, and focus instead on this fellow right here, this sulfurhead, who has certainly blossomed and in some ways exceeded the hopes and expectations I had for him as a fish. And he's probably going to get even nicer as time goes on. I mean, he just keeps coloring up more and more. I think he was a little bit slow to take on color because he was being harassed a bit in the beginning by the red shoulder and a little bit by those living stonies that are in there that you can see flash. They show up like that one there on the right. But he's coming onto his own. He's putting on some size and isn't quite as harassed as he used to be, and showing some colors. So that's it for me. So do you have a fish that blossomed and exceeded your expectations? Share your thoughts below. Be sure to hit that bell and join that convo gang. I do read your comments. Hard to get back to everybody because there's so many, but I do read them. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to rate, share, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much. That's all for me for now.